Hello, everybody. I was actually ready at 3 minutes to 5, and then when I pressed the button at 4:59, for some reason it didn't want to go live at that point. So I'm so sorry. Still 2 minutes late. But anyway, I'm just going to check that we are live because I can go and look in my Tupper exclusive, because I know that that's where a lot of you are watching from, and that way I can check that that it is going out. Yes, 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 I can see you. Okay, so don't forget, when you come on, there is hello Wendy. There is a link at the top of the live stream, I believe, where you can click on the link that's there to give permission for us to see your name. So it is a beautiful sunny afternoon again here. And, you know, it's been pretty dull a lot of the day. And then just because I want to go live in this spot, it decides that it is going to get really bright. But I'm not going to let it stop me, because this is a temporary thing, as I said, because of the way the sun sits in the sky this time of year. So I am going to be making, hello Ingrid, I see your name today, fantastic. I'm going to be making today potato crusted lentil, I'm going to be making potato crusted quiche. And you know me, usually I buy yellow potatoes, and I noticed that by mistake, when I had been shopping at the weekend to pick up some of the things that I didn't get all last week, I picked up white potatoes instead. Well, that's okay. I know that they're still edible, but I'm going to use them today as the base in my quiche. So I'm cutting these quite sleek. Now, I could do this in my mandolin, but I've only really got 2 or 3. Killian, stop it. I've really only got 2 or 3 potatoes to cut. So I didn't get my mandolin out today, but I do need a microprogram. Oh, I knew I'd got one out already. So here's my microprogram. So I am going to start putting the potato slices in the bottom. I have washed the potatoes, but I haven't taken off the skins because really it's not necessary. It has a lot of goodness in the skins, so I tend to leave the skins on when I'm making something like this. Okay, so I'm lining these up, and we'll cut now another potato. So tell me, what has everybody been doing today? In fact, when I was out this afternoon with Killian, I was thinking of some questions that I could ask you that I hadn't asked you before, because you know, a way of me getting to know you, excuse me, is to ask you oh, got a tickle in my throat, to ask you questions. So one of the questions, I think I might have asked this before, but I haven't asked it in a long time. So one of the questions I wanted to ask was, where were you born? Where were you born? Like, I know where a lot of you live now, but where were you born? And of course, me, I was born in England, as you guys know, in a little village called Cookham, which is in the southeast of England. Okay, let's put these potatoes in here now. And I'm going to get these on to cook. Now, I'm not putting the potato right out to the edge, because I want to keep it as much as I can on the plates, because it's on the plates that it's going to cook. And what else am I going to put on these now? Well, as you can see, I'm just going to get rid of those little end bits and put this potato away. Okay, I have some peppers, which I'm going to put on here and cook them a little bit before I add the egg and stuff. So spread those out. I'm going to keep a couple of pieces here to console Mr. Killian, because as you know, he's a starved dog. And so I have to let's try and keep him happy. Otherwise, he's just going to hassle me the whole time. Okay, so I've got some of that, and I don't even need to cut any onion today because I have, okay, born in Hamilton, in Winnipeg. Ingrid, where were you born? Were you born on the West Island of Montreal or in a different part of Quebec or maybe overseas? I'm not sure. So I have some onion already cut from the other day when I was using some onion and I didn't need it all. So I'm just going to finish off this onion here. So I'm putting in a little bit more onion than usual, but I don't want to keep it and then not be able to use it. Okay, Killian, here you go. Here's a little piece here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is you were born in Verdun. Okay, not too far away from where you are now. The sort of halfway up the island. Okay, I am going to put on now a little bit of olive oil and a touch, not too much, but a little bit of Italian seasoning because it has a nice lot of pepper in, and I love it when you have eggs and pepper. So I'm going to cook this now, just these items in the grill position for 5 minutes in my microgrill. And I'm cooking it on full power in my microgrill. I have to get used to the fact that what you see and what I see is like back to back, right? So this is my right hand, and to you it looks like my left hand. It's slightly weird. Compared to when I did it on the phone, I never felt like I was looking weird. Anyway, else is and started this whole process today because we got another delivery from Metro. And I think, guys, that I've been telling you a bit my saga with Metro and how last week the delivery was a disaster. And so this week I said, oh, well, I'm going to try and get my goods from my local Metro, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. And that's what I thought I was doing, but I wasn't. But the thing is that the Central Metro has given me free shipping. So I'm going to stick with them and keep giving them a chance. So today they were really good. The only thing that Alan and I noticed when we had that a couple of eggs got damaged en route. So I said to Alan, I will use those eggs this evening and I will make a quiche. And that one's not broken. Alan told me there were two. Oh yes, this one. Okay, and they're only just broken because there's no like mess on the, it's not like they've been sitting broken for a while. They've just got broken in transit, I think. So I said I'm going to be okay to use those. So I've got two other eggs. Rather than waste everything, two other eggs from my fridge. There we go. Put these now in my recycling. And today I'm just going to add in a little bit of milk. And I'm going to mix this up. Oh, where's my shaker? Put the shaker bit in. Okay, here's another question for all of you. Absolutely, it can happen. I'm always very careful when I pick eggs, and I'm assuming that when they're packing the eggs, they're not going to give you a container with broken eggs. What I liked about what they did today was I got them to come in the day, and the guy waited at the door while I checked what substitutions there were, and actually today they were all okay. Okay, so we shake up the egg mixture, then that's going to be ready to put in as soon as the potatoes and the onion and peppers are finished. And I do need to get some cheese, so that I've already put away in my fridge. And today I'm going to use, would you like another piece of pepper? Today I'm going to use, this is the one they sent me. It wasn't the one I asked for, but it's okay. As a substitution, it's okay if this is all they had. So it's getting used to doing the online thing, but honestly, it's saving Alan so much time that he doesn't have to go out to the store, and it's not a problem for me. Also, then I get to check everything that's coming into the house. Okay, so let's get out the grater. Today I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to stay focused so that I don't grate my thumb again. Okay, another question for you. I am making quiche tonight. When was the last time you made quiche? Can you remember? When was the last time you made quiche, and what did you put in it? Or have you ever made? Do you make it with pastry, or do you make it with potatoes? Let me know what your answers are to those questions. When you last, I know cheese. Oh my goodness, Wendy, you know what he's like with cheese, don't you? There you go. A little bit of cheese for you. Just keep that to the side so I can keep him happy. Okay, I'm going to get the potatoes out, the onions out. Then we're going to sprinkle it with cheese, pour the egg on, and then I'm going to cook it. And then if you have to go and do other things, that is absolutely fine. But what I'm going to do is unpack the rest of my groceries and put them away in my fridge mats, my freezer mates, and my modular mates. And you might say, but Melanie, why have you left it till now? Well, because Tuesday is a very, very busy day for me, a very busy day. Sometimes it's not quite as busy as it is today, because today I have, as well as the power hour this morning and preparing all the stuff for that, as well as that today I have the leadership meeting tonight, which I've been preparing for the last couple of days. So that takes me time. And then I always like to go to the social media course, which is on Tuesdays at 8. And then, as you guys know, anybody who's part of my VIP group, and you can join it by clicking on the link above, every Tuesday night at 9:30, I do an unboxing. And so, you know, typical me, I had forgotten to make my event. I took the photo yesterday and then forgot to do anything with it. So I had to do that. So I leave it to Alan. He'll just shove it in the fridge. So I kept saying, no, Alan, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a live. And then the time just disappeared. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it this evening when I do my live at 5. And that way, if you guys are busy, you can go off and do other things, and I can just keep staying alive. And anybody who wants to join me to see how I unpack my groceries, they can do that. So there's my quiche layers. So I've got potato on the bottom, I have onion and peppers, and then cheese. And now all I'm going to do is pour my egg over the top. Now, as you will know, the outside of the MicroPro grill does not get, the trough does not get heated. So sure, some of the egg is going to end up in there, but what will happen, it will cook by almost by conduction, because it will take the heat from the middle, but it's not going to be cooked in the same way as the rest. But it's just one of those little issues when you use eggs in here. But I promise you, it always tastes delicious and has never been a problem for us. So I'm just going to start tipping the egg mixture from the middle to the outside. That way I keep a lot of the egg in the middle of the mixture, and any that does go to the outside will end up getting cooked. It's more important that your potatoes have a chance to get cooked on the plates. And so I've pretty much covered all of the cheese. So now I'm going to put this into the oven. I'm just going to push, oh, it's already warm, push some of the potatoes back on a bit, just so that they have a chance of cooking and they don't end up. So yeah, I've got a lot of egg around the outside, but it's okay because they will cook. It's only really the potato that I need to make sure is on the middle there, so it has a good chance. Okay, now it's ready to go. So I'm going to put the lid on, and this time I'm going to put it in the casserole position, and I am going to cook this now for 10 minutes in the microwave, and I'm going to get on with unpacking my groceries. I've done a lot of it, by the way, already. Okay, so 10 minutes on high. I have a very inquisitive puppy down at my ankle because I have the things down there that I need to pack away. And I did prepare myself with some fridge smarts and freezer mates behind me, ready to unpack. So let's get rid of this mess. So one of the most time-consuming things about using fridge smarts and freezer mates is that you really need to pack your food away. And if you don't pack your food away, I promise you, you won't do it. You'll say, oh, I'll just put it in the fridge for now and I'll get back to it later. I promise you, later does not come. So I make a point of not putting it in my fridge. So the only thing that I put in my fridge that I don't pack away straight away is any meat that I. So that is in my fridge. Okay, so we're going to start with celery. Now, I don't buy celery very often, but when I do buy it, Alan was just saying the other day, oh, we haven't had much salad stuff recently. So I said to him, okay, well, I'm going to stock up on some salad stuff. And what I'm going to do is just take these sticks off and ignore ones that I don't like the look of, and wash the celery. Some of this is look a bit manky, but this is, you know, what you have to suffer if you order it and let somebody else choose it for you. So we're getting there. Let me take this off. And I want to cut the celery, so I'll use it. I'm going to use it maybe for dips. Tomorrow I'm doing the kitchen tour for the GPS. And one of the things that Maria asked me to do was to make a dip tomorrow. And of course, once I've made a dip, I want something to dip into it. Okay, I don't know if you like celery, Killy, but I can always try you on some. Let me see what Killy makes of this. I'll give him the nicest piece. He's gone off, so we'll see how quickly he comes back. Your Metro, you deal with the store direct and they deliver. Yeah, that's really good. What happened to me was I started ordering online and I thought I was ordering from my store, but it turns out that I wasn't. And so when I had all that trouble last week, it took quite a while to get it resolved. But now I can't work out how to order from my local store. But I'm not going to do it for a while because, as I said, the Central Place have given me free shipping. So that's quite a nice thing to have. So I'm going to take that generous gift and stick with them for the time being. And then when that's sorted out, I will maybe switch. Okay, so my celery is pretty much cut to the sizes that it's pretty much cut, ready for me to cut it to the sizes that I want. I'm just cutting off the heads now. Now, of course, some of the stuff that I'm cutting off, you could use it if you were using it in soups and things like that. But I'm planning to use this for dips. So, and go into... So now I'm just going to go and rinse these pieces under the tap so that they're at least, some of them don't need doing, of course, because they're right in the middle. Okay, I will be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm not going to cut them and put them like this in my containers, and that's why I always have my microfiber, always have clean microfiber towels around so that I can mop down my wet veggies before I put them into, I mean, they're not going to be perfectly dry, but it's just to get off most of the stuff. And of course, because you guys are hanging out with me while I'm doing this, my quiche is going to get cooked, so I'm going to be able to show that to you. Okay, so we're pretty much there. And I'm going to cut my celery into pieces about this long so that it can fit into a small deep fridge mug. Now, if you leave the pieces long, then you're going to need a different fridge mug. Actually, I might use my medium one because I do like the medium one, using it in my fridge. So now when I get peckish, I know that I have cut celery in the fridge. What happens when you have cut celery in the fridge? You're going to snack on that, which is, somebody told me once that actually when you eat celery, because it takes quite a lot of energy to digest it, you actually have negative calories. I don't know if that's true, but it's a nice feeling, isn't it, that you're eating something and you're not actually adding any calories. That's the fridge. Oh, that's what you use for your celery? Yes. And what I might do, what I could do is leave a couple of the pieces like this. I might leave a couple of the pieces a bit longer so that if I want to use them for anything else, I can. So this looks like a nice piece that I could cut, one of the pieces from the center that I can just cut into two. That way you basically, you're not confining yourself to one use for your celery. And I think Killian would really like some more. Let me give him a piece of this and see what he thinks. Want that piece? Okay, off he goes. Oh, well, if he likes celery, that's a big bonus. Okay, so that's the celery done. And it really, if you look forward to packing up your veggies, it doesn't seem like a big task. If you look at it and say, oh, I've got to do the veggies, I tell you, it'll seem like it's interminable. There we go. Okay, that is those done. And of course, when you pack celery, this goes in the middle because it's a non-breather, like it doesn't give off gas, so you don't need to put that to breathing. Okay, next is easy. I have 2 lots of raspberries, and this is the size that I use for raspberries. Quite often I will put raspberries and raspberries and blackberries in together. I only have one thing of, oh, I think I can actually do that. Let's see. These raspberries are not raspberries I would usually choose. I like to buy the Driscoll's raspberries, which are always bigger and they seem to last a little bit longer. But we'll see how we go with these. So that's those 2. Now I have some blueberries. So what I'm going to do with the blueberries is, because I have room in here, and Alan is the one that eats all this small fruit, I'm just going to put the blueberries there at the end, and they will go into the fridge together. So let's find. And these also do not need the air hole open. Now I have the strawberries. Now with the strawberries, I can smell the quiche, by the way, it's just finished. Killian wants another piece of celery, I think so, yes. What? That's okay. So when I do my strawberries, I don't, what I do is I top them like this. And sorry, I've got this in front of you. I top them and cut them in half. And what then we do, because it's usually Alan that eats the strawberries, I put them in the colander, then we rinse them and dry them off, and then put them in a fridge mat, depending how many. And if you cut this size of punnet down, okay, this is something else that Killian likes. Do you want a piece of strawberry? Oh, he says, this is heaven tonight. I'm getting all sorts of goodies. And I don't mind giving him fruit and veggies. So when I've cut this down and I've rinsed these, I will put them probably in small fridge marts. They'll fit because they're cut down. If they were left whole, I would probably have to put them in a small deep fridge mart. So I don't know what quantities all of you buy. I tend to buy quantities that work for Alan and me, because otherwise, although things last a lot longer in fridge marts, I don't want to be forced to eat certain things. So I like to have variety. So stop it, Killian. So I buy a lot of different things. Okay, this strawberry is a little bit soft, so you can have that one. I'll eat the rest of it in a bit. So probably if I was to pull the middles out of the strawberries, I would waste less of the strawberry. I'm just leaving to the side the ones here that are soft already, because if I put them in with the other strawberries, what happens is they sort of advance the speed at which the other strawberries go soft. Yeah. There you go, mate. Oh, he thinks all his this is a soft one. So I'm not going to put that in there. Killian, we're going to have a feast of strawberries afterwards, okay? So this is this. So when I've done this, I'll rinse these and I'll just leave them to drain while I do something else. I'm not convinced yet whether buying the small fruits online is a good idea. I mean, so far they haven't been too bad. And to be honest, the quality of the small fruits in the stores is not that good at the moment, is it? It always seems very strange to me, and maybe to some of you older ones like me, how like it's normal now to have strawberries every week. When I was young, having strawberries was like a major treat. We would have them maybe in the summer when we lived in England. I'm going to throw this away and rinse these and leave them to drain. Okay, so far so good. What is next to do? Let's get rid of the celery pieces as well. Now it's on days like this where I always think, I wish I had compost. But compost in Canada is so bizarre because during the winter, it's so cold. Okay, the next thing is I have some baby spinach. Now this time I just bought a small packet because the last couple of times we haven't eaten all the spinach in time. Tomorrow, one of the things I'm going to be making, I think, one of the dips I'm going to be making is a spinach dip. So I said, okay, I'm going to get some spinach. So let me see. I'm not sure whether all of the spinach is going to, oh yes, it's going to fit in here. So a small container of baby spinach will fit in your small, deep fridge mat. Oh, the spinach looks nice, actually. Okay, let's make sure we have enough. Okay, now it would have had more room, but I know I'm going to use a lot of it tomorrow, so I'm okay. Now spinach, I'm going to put with the air hole half open, I think. I'm just going to check on here. Yes. No, is that herbs? No, I'm going to put it fully open. There's my spinach. Spinach symbol is on the fully open one, the same one as the broccoli. So I'm going to move that right across so it's on the fully open. So that's ready. Next, I have 3 romaine lettuces. These were all at the request of Alan, who said, I really want to have some salad. So I said, okay, well, let's get some romaine lettuce and celery. And we've got some other things as well. One thing that we don't have, we have one, but we don't have a lot of tomatoes. So what am I going to do with my romaine lettuce? And take it out of here to start with. I use my large Fridge Smart for my romaine lettuce, and what I do is I cut off the end and take off just the very outside. Actually, this doesn't look like I need to take it off, because what I'll do is when I come to use it, I'll trim it all up then as well. So I think I'm just going to put these straight in like this. And what I do with lettuce is I clean the lettuce when I want to use it, especially romaine, because it's all tucked in, right? Actually, let's put it around that way. So you can see 3 of those fit easily into there. And lettuce is a half and half hole. It doesn't go fully open, it goes on the half and half. So there's my lettuce ready to go. Now, sometimes if I know exactly what I'm going to do, I will break all the lettuce up at the beginning and just break it with my hands, because actually cutting lettuce is not a good idea with a metal knife, which is why I stopped, because I'm thinking, don't cut it, wait. But I could break it up and then just have all the loose leaves. If I was somebody that was eating lettuce every single day, I would probably do that, because then my lettuce is ready to go, right? Okay, I bought some green beans this week because I do like this brand of green beans, and I decided that I would get some because last time we had them, they were delicious. But what I have to remember with green beans is you cannot keep them long. Even in your Fridge Smarts, the green beans are not going to last a long time. I need another deep. So I will try and remember to use these tomorrow or the day after to make sure I get them at their best. And I will rinse them and everything when I use them. But I find this brand of green beans, they are really very juicy and yummy. Okay, now green beans. I think green beans are, let's have a look. I'm trying to see on this. Oh yeah, green beans, they go in the same place as spinach, half and half. Half and half, yes, same place as lettuce, I mean. Okay, the only thing that I have left to cut up now, and I only really cut it up so I can store it easily, is my broccoli. Now, I got loads of broccoli this time. Why? Because it was on special. I'm just going to wipe this down for the strawberries. So there was a special on for broccoli, and it says, I think it was 2 for $3.99 or something, but I thought it meant 2 heads. Anyway, it's 4 heads, guys. So I got a lot of broccoli. So I'm going to put my broccoli into my medium deep. And by the time you cut broccoli down, it really doesn't take up too much room. So here we go. Take this off. So when I do the broccoli, I usually trim off the stems, because actually the stems of broccoli are so delicious. And I try and trim them so that they're ready to use. So you take off all the hard. Now you've got the core of the broccoli, and that is delicious. So put that in there and take off any leaves. And now I'm actually going to try and break it up as much as possible. Costco had, they had Quebec strawberries. Wow, they're early, aren't they? Quebec strawberries is usually much later. So do the rest of you remember having strawberries just in the summer, or is that just me, right? Maybe it's because I grew up in England, because now you can get strawberries all times of the year. Tell me in the chat now any fruits that you remember that was special treats when you were a kid. Strawberries was one for me. I remember in England as well, peaches and nectarines, all those summer fruits. They were special treats in the summer. You remember just in the summer, yes. We only had strawberries in the summer, yes. But now the kids, they don't realize we had to learn to like apples. I'm sure that's why I like apples and pears, because they seem to be available pretty much all year round. But I think a lot of kids today, they're just used to having strawberries and all those yummy fruits. Or maybe they don't consider them yummy because they're just available. Maybe I consider them yummy because they were special treats. No, Killian, just wait a minute, love. You're being naughty. I don't know how kids think. I guess even my kids, it was still pretty seasonal in Australia when they were young. We couldn't get everything all of the time. Okay, let me give Killian a piece of broccoli. There you go, mate. Oh, he says, yes, all my birthdays have come at once, Mum. Your grandson asked today when we got home from school what foods we ate as children in the winter. Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm not sure who that is because you've just come up as Facebook user. If you can, try and find the link to click so I can see who you are. Hi, Julie. It's Beth. Okay, yes, Beth. So he's aware of the fact that you didn't have those all the time. Okay, so that's one lot, and you can see those two big broccolis. They are only going to take up half of that container. So I picked the right container because sometimes we pick a container that's bigger because we think it's not going to fit. But when you cut them down and take the time to do that, it does fit. And of course, then you can get more variety into your fridge. Okay, now this one, I've got 3 heads, 3 different ones. I'm getting into such a mess here. All the little broccoli bits. That's funny. Okay, so I've got some nice stalks. I think I'm going to have to do something nice with broccoli because these stalks are just yum. They give us lots of yummy flavor. So put them in there. They are learning. Oh, they're learning about it at school. Oh my goodness, we're part of history now, are we? What your old parents, grandparents used to eat when they were young. But I guess it's relevant because I know my dad, I mean, they never had things like nectarines or any of the sort of exotic fruits. I mean, they literally had things that could be grown in England, and that was it. In fact, getting oranges and bananas and things like that was not a given when he was a kid. And yet orange and bananas, things like that were in proliferation when I was a kid. Okay, so let's do a poll now. What is your favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit? I'm going to tell you mine. Mine is nectarines. A good nectarine, that is my favorite fruit. But unfortunately, a lot of nectarines are a bit sour, or you know, they've been picked too early. And I think I've told you the story, haven't I, of, oh, pineapple. Okay, 25 comments. That's excellent. Wow. I'll have to draw, but I can't do it just at the moment because I'm full of broccoli. I remember, what was I saying? I remember the reason I love nectarines is because when I did a French exchange once with a girl in France, yeah, because it was a French exchange, when I was 14, we went to visit her uncle, and he was a farmer on a nectarine farm. And that was the first time in my life at 14 that I ever tasted them. And they, to me, they just tasted like nectar. And so ever since then, like, I have this lovely feeling when I eat nectarines. So you like most fruits, Wendy? Hello, Martin. Martin, good to see you on. Pears. That's you, is it, Beth? I like pears as well. They have to be the right pears, though. I don't like pears when they're soft. I like them when they're hard. I buy Bartlett pears. Oh, here's Alan back. He's back from the gym. Oh, and have you got a parcel there? Oh, I've got a parcel from Amazon. You know what I ordered, guys? I've dog treats, but I also ordered, careful, a new camera so that I don't have to keep transferring my camera from upstairs and downstairs. So I'm happy to get that. I'm not sure if it's going to be in this delivery or not. Okay, there's another piece for you there, Killy. So that is the broccoli. I've got one more stem here to do. Okay, as soon as I have cut this, guys, we will do a draw. And I'm so happy to do a draw because it shows that we're all commenting and participating. So if you're just coming on, I had asked everybody what was their favorite fruit, and if they can remember when they were young, fruits that were seasonal that you couldn't get all the time, because I know for me in England that was definitely the case. Okay, that is the last of the fruit and veg to put away. So that's pretty good. And actually, I don't think I'm in such a mess here, guys. I need to get rid of some of this. Okay. I just hate broccoli with all its little florets. It just messes up your but it's so delicious. Okay, let me put that there, and I'll just wipe, and let's have a look at the quiche because it has finished cooking, and we'll do a draw. Okay, let's do the draw. So I have the lean. Oh, apple is your favorite. I love apples as well, Martin. They really, and broccoli is your favorite vegetable? Yep. Two great choices. The broccoli stems, they're great in stir fries. Absolutely, Beth. Okay, let's do a draw then. And I have hit on Julie Loranger. Julie, you're the only one I can see on this little bit of my page with your name. Actually, I know who the other person is. It's Beth, but she's come up as Facebook user. So, Julie, if you would like to take advantage of my draws, you are very welcome, love. You just have to claim it from me, $100 of surprise Tupperware for $40. And I can ship it to you anywhere, or if you're on Montreal Island, you're very welcome to pick it up from me too. Okay, so that is the end of packing up my fruit and veg, and I will be putting them in my fridge after this. Let's get the quiche out. So, oh, a bit of the top was touching, but that's okay. It's caramelized. That's a polite way of saying it's burnt a little, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be delicious. Can you see how the egg has come away from the edge, around the edge of the quiche? What that means is the egg is all cooked well. So that's really good. So the potato looks good. Everything looks good. So I'm really happy with that. And so I'll just put the lid back on to keep it warm while I finish off here. And then Alan and I will be able to eat that after we finished. So the only other thing I think I have left, actually I do have some carrots, but I have a carrot container already. I'll just put them in there. And I have a little bit of meat. I just have some chicken breasts today. So what I'm going to do is put 2 chicken breasts in each of my freezer mate. The only other meat I bought this week, because I still have a lot of ground beef and stuff in my freezer, is I bought myself a joint, a French roast joint. So I'm going to, it's quite large, so I'm going to talk to Susie and Brandon and see if they would like to come for roast dinner on Sunday. So I'm going to put 2 of these in each of my freezer mates. Look how easily 2 of those fit in. I'm not going to cut them up today. Often what I will do is cut them up, but what I've realized is that actually cutting semi-frozen meat is much quicker and easier than cutting fresh meat. So what I'll do is I will wait until I use these, and then I can cut them up. If I was a working mom, I would cut them up now, because then I would have them ready to go for whatever I wanted to use them for. So I'm just going to put those in there. Take this label off because it is not the right label. So I've got those to take downstairs to my freezer. And the last thing I've got to do is some flour and some brown sugar. So I use a number 4 square for my. The reason I use it is because a 2.5 kilo bag will fit in here, even if there's a little bit left on the bottom. So if you want to know, the Five Roses flour was on special at Metro this week. No, Killian, no. Was on special this week, which is why I got this. And so I know that I can put all of this into here because I will have room. If you look at Tupperware specifications, they will tell you you can put it in a number 3 square. Well, you can, but if you have any left over from before, you can have a big mess. So that's why I put my flour in a number 4 square. Oh. And I have brown sugar. Now, I bought 1 kilogram of brown sugar. Normally, I buy 500 grams, but I seem to be getting through it a lot. That's because I'm making cookies and things like that. So let me get my bag. Oh, hey, they gave me 2 kilograms. Okay, I hope that this is going to fit in here. I think it will. I'll try it. Oh, maybe I ordered 2 kilograms. This is the trouble when you order online, because you don't see the stuff. You see a picture, but you know the pictures, they all look the same. Okay, let's see. We're going to open this and see whether we can fit this in. Okay. I can tell that this might have been sitting on their shelf for a while. That's why I'm squeezing it as it comes out so it gets separated. Okay, I'm not sure that it's all going to fit in here. I might have to have an overflow. Okay, let's break down these lumps. I certainly bought way more than I usually buy. Time to go shopping in the bakery. Yes, maybe, Wendy. I think I have a spare. I think I've done this before by mistake. I have a spare. Oh, this brown sugar, it would not last very long after this, because I'm really having to break it apart, you know, dampen it down. Look, it's got big lumps in it. Yes, you can break them down, but if you leave them like that, they will just get harder. Well, not in modular meats, of course, but I don't want to take any risks. Okay, let's see what else we can get in here. I'm not convinced we're going to get all of this in here. Maybe if I hadn't had anything at the bottom, I might have been able to get it in. I think I'm going to get another container. That is enough in that one. Okay. I shouldn't need to buy brown sugar for a while. If you see me buying some more brown sugar, it means I've been eating too much, because I don't need to be eating this much brown sugar in a short space of time. Okay, let me put this away. So we'll put the rest. Actually, I'm just going to put the rest in the bag in there, because as soon as the other one has reduced, I'll just empty this one into that one. That way this container is not going to get dirty in the same way. It's just going to have this that on it. Look at that. I've even got another red lid. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically the unpacking of my groceries. Let me get my carrots. I think I need a new container for carrots. So my fridge is going to be magnificently packed, ready for tomorrow. So if you are wanting to come to the GPS tomorrow, everybody is welcome. And my recommendation to everybody is bring guests, because the GPS is the one evening where guests can really see how the Tupperware lifestyle makes a difference. And so I would thoroughly recommend everybody to come. Bring a friend with you. Also, it's fun. Maybe invite a friend to your place and watch it together. That would be fun. Okay, so this is carrots that goes in the middle. And so that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. I will post a picture of my fridge finished. And what else? No, I don't think I'll post a picture of the quiche as well. Another love of mine, carrots. Yes, me too. I love carrots. If you pack it down, but then it makes it hard to scoop it. Yeah, I don't want to pack it down completely. I've still got too much to squeeze on the top. I think if I hadn't had some brown sugar in there already, I probably would have managed. And that reminds me of why usually I buy a smaller packet. But anyway, it's more economical to buy a bigger one, and I have been using a lot of it. So that was the reason. And it's not like I don't have room in my pantry for a little bit more stuff. So I'm good. So thank you, everybody. Don't forget that in the Tupperware kit, you're going to get one of the small deep fridge mats in the kit. You're also going to get not the small freezer mate, but you get the small deep freezer mate in your kit, as well as the things that we use the most, which are our choppers. So thank you for joining me this afternoon. I hope that you can see that actually unpacking your groceries can be fun, but you do have to make time to do it. So have yourselves the rest of a great evening. And yes, I will see you later at the unboxing. If you're not part of my VIP group yet, please join above. You can come to the unboxing tonight. I have a couple of draws going on there, so make sure that you've confirmed. Oh, and if you haven't already commented on the animal poster in my VIP group, you have another opportunity for a draw this evening. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to draw, so that will be a fun thing for me to plan. Okay, guys, I love spending time with you. I really appreciate you being in my life, and I wish you all a very happy evening. That's it from me. Take care, everybody.